In the quest for Ireland's Home of the Year, we've crossed the thresholds of 21 homes competing for the title. And each of them left a lasting impression on our judges.
This whole experience has been a complete privilege, honestly, to be able to walk into these 21 amazing homes. I've learned so much on this journey. It's not about how much it costs, it's not about where it is, it's not about anything like that, really. It's all about how happy you are in your home.
I think Irish people have a reputation for being quite conservative in their homes, but this competition has shown me that we are celebrating our homes, that actually people are so proud and so brave in their homes now.
It's very exciting to go in and to actually snoop in people's homes and to see the passion that people have for their homes.
Tonight, the judges face the tough task of choosing the winner. The only problem is, they must agree.
We've got 7 homes, 3 strong opinions, but there can only be one winner.
I think there's a possibility of 1 or 2 temper tantrums today. Bring it on.
Tonight we're in Carton House. Built in the 18th century, it's one of Ireland's finest historic homes, the perfect setting for the grand finale. The judges have selected the 7 standout homes of the series, and for the first time, they'll meet the homeowners. But first, they need to choose the winner.
I actually woke up last night at about 3 o'clock because I was just thinking about this. It's a very big day for everyone. And for me, I started this journey with one image of what this was going to be about. But I'd have to say it's totally different. I discovered the fact that what I do as an interior designer is really only one element. But in fact, it's the homeowners that make the home by bringing in that personality, their life, their history, their passion.
I suspect that it was the jumble of colour in our home maybe that swung it for us.
It's quite a different take on a Victorian style house, and I suppose they just saw a different style to what they probably would have expected.
We often see the same kind of homes and the same kind of styles in magazines, but what this competition has shown is that there is real diversity out there, and it's just a joy to see.
I really enjoyed that mix, that some of it was really stunning architectural design, but some of it was about, homemaking, placemaking, and I really enjoyed that.
We're so excited to be in the final. I mean, it's just been great, we're delighted.
To win would be fantastic. Really, really wonderful.
I think it's important to remember that scores don't matter anymore. It's a level playing field.
Until they reach a consensus, the judges will remain in their deliberation room. Across the hall in a different room, the homeowners will get their own chance to size up the competition and wait in the hope that they might take the trophy and be crowned the winner of Home of the Year.
So we've been up and down the country, and we've seen some incredible homes. And now it's time to refresh our memories as to why these homes have made it into the final.
The first home that made it into the top 7 was an extended cottage in Tipperary.
When you walk in, it's a bit like Narnia going into the wardrobe. You open a fairly plain, nondescript door, and then there's a blast of light coming at you from the far side of the house.
This was a remarkable start to the competition.
The whole layout actually was a bit of a journey of discovery.
The rooms were separated, but had a lovely connection. Great location with that incredible view, which they really embraced with all that glazing.
Amazing bedrooms as well, really celebrating those views.
Because the site is so elevated. Actually, when you're up there, you think you're in a 4-storey house.
It's kind of like a haven.
It is, absolutely. It's where I meditate in the afternoons.
It's comfy, it's warm, it's spacious. I love it.
It was a lifetime of collection here. It was fantastic.
You really got a sense of the homeowners in this house. All those pieces that they've collected give it such character, such a warm feeling when you were walking around.
And that house really told me a story.
Next up is our split-level home in Cork. Such a bold, architectural, strong statement, but it sat really beautifully in the landscape.
This house really stayed with me. I kept thinking about it.
There are 2 secret doors, and you pull that back and you go through to the other
half of the house, which is over here. There are a lot of special things in the house when you walk around. You discover things that make you smile. But I think saving energy has been one of the main issues for us and for Don, my son, who built the house.
You don't very often see something so beautiful that is actually pure function.
It's part of this passive house having a concrete wall in the centre. So they've taken something that people could see as a problem and turned it into something that was the most beautiful design solution. This incredible piece of art, really.
But it was very, very simple.
Yeah.
Those big picture windows was actually your colour.
And that incredible view.
And that lovely big bath in the bedroom.
Yeah, door or no door, it was still an incredible bathroom.
It was just a tour de force. The next finalist was this marvellous Muse house in Dublin. Real understanding of how you get light into the space, which I loved. And then the other thing which I found fascinating here was there was only 3 materials. The terrazzo floor, the plastered walls, and that amazing plywood. And of course, for me, the piece of inspiration in this home was the mirror in the bedroom. Such a simple thing, such a difference in bringing that room to life.
It's an antique given to my grandfather by his men in the army in the 50s, so we just thought it'd be nice to have something really old in such a modern room.
You know, we had the sign hanging down that actually was acting as a barrier between the 2 spaces. Just that little touch of something a bit quirky really gave this home so much more personality.
It was still very warm, it was very inviting. With a real architectural house, people think it's stark and it's white. This just proved that wrong.
Is the typewriter still used?
Very much so. Clickety-clack.
The ding.
Yeah. This is our retro room. I tell you like that room, do
I
you?
do like that room, yeah. I was drawn to that one somehow. I'd like to think probably the judges just saw a lot of personality in our house. It's certainly retro and colourful, and white walls we don't do.
I was so thrilled when we walked through that door and we just got that surprise. Because it's so unique and so different, but from the outside, it could have been anybody's home.
I found this home quite emotional because when you went in, my granny's carpet was on the staircase. You know, and the Pyrex dish, which my mother had. And it was just extraordinary, and the fact that everything was used.
Yes.
We're kind of eclectic collectors of all things, sort of 60s and 70s and stuff, so it's just an expression of that, really, you know, so.
It just blew me away, this home. It wasn't a museum.
It was not gimmicky in any way. This was a real lifestyle choice, done with huge amounts of skill. And it's just a really happy, fun home and place to be. And you have to take your hats off and say, even when you pull all that away, actually the bones of what they'd done was very clever. Our next home was the Cobb house. And I have to say, this house had a real impact on me. That feeling that you got from the connection between the homeowner and this home was actually very, very powerful when you were walking around.
The house is made out of mud, cob, it's mud and straw, mixed together. Fela designed it, she's an architect.
It's the mud that we dug up for the foundations, that's what we built the walls out of.
When we went in, I was thinking this is going to be dingy and dark, and it wasn't at all. It was bright and light, but warm and cozy. I mean, it just captivated me. I just kind of fell in love with it.
It's a functioning home. The detail was amazing. Those lights in the walls. Wasn't that just extraordinary? I want to go down and start squashing the cob with me toes. I was inspired. I have to say, amazing.
I think our home's really curvy and soulful. It's just really natural and it's like being in a hug.
I have only boys, so I ended up having to paint a lot of things pink. This is the most recent, so I think I'm getting a slightly more tasteful as I'm going along. Look.
When you walked in, it was like you were hit by this cacophony of colour, textures and materials, and they all sat comfortably together because these people understand how you put colour together.
That's an easy thing to get wrong. Could have looked muddled very, very quickly. But it didn't.
Absolutely no.
If we won, I'd have a great time telling all my friends that I was right about colour all along and they should really have listened to me.
Architecturally, it kind of just sprawled and evolved and grew with the family over the years, and actually didn't mind that at all.
If you set out to build a house, you wouldn't build this. But that almost added to its charm, didn't it?
The swing in the kitchen, the boat swing in the kids' room. I mean, I want to be 8 years old. I want to play there all day. It was that kind of a home.
I think our house stands out from the rest because it's a lot more creative.
That's a swing.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody should have a swing in their house.
And the last of our 7 finalists, this incredible period terrace.
What a home.
Beautiful marrying of period features and a contemporary home.
Architecturally, it was spot on, but then the interior design as well. Top to toe,
Amazing.
every corner.
Such visual clarity. And
Absolute designer instinct there.
the boldness of some of those colours they'd used on the walls, that staircase.
Yeah.
All in that amazing grey.
What's going on with the stairs? What's the light? We put lights underneath because they're floating stairs, and also for a little bit of light, because you can see I have quite dark colours all over the place. Most people think bright colours, and they're afraid to use dark colours. So I think that's quite a different feel when you come in.
That lovely window.
Yeah.
Where they kept the shutters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you had the view down to the dining room. That was an amazing piece.
Yeah.
Because it is very complicated,
Yeah.
usually when you do those extensions.
I have been in Carla's home and I want to move into Carla's home. I absolutely adore it.
It's the final of Home of the Year. With tensions mounting, the judges now face the challenge of selecting the winner. But with 7 incredible homes, it's not going to be easy.
There's amazing diversity in this final because all the homes are different. And if you put them all together, you go, how in hell are we going to get to the winner?
But in terms of meeting their criteria, this one ticks more boxes for me. At the same time, this one is what the core of this whole competition is about, actually.
In different ways, they're about passion, they're unique, but they're also, in some cases, a labour of love.
This house was incredible, but this one trumps it slightly for me. I think the ringmaster might need to be called in at some point this afternoon.
The 3 judges are just so different in what we like, and it will be a real challenge to come to a consensus.
So I know this is incredibly difficult, but we have got to start whittling this down.
I don't know how we're going to choose a winner from this final 7.
What was interesting about this is all the homes were open plan, with the exception, really, of this house. You did have an internal living room, and there was no lighting into that living room.
Well, if you want to take that problem and you look at how it was solved
Correct.
in this house, the ground floor open space in this was probably, I think, the best open plan space that we had seen.
That's a bold statement, Declan.
Think about how narrow it was and how long it was and how they had broken it
Yeah,
up.
come on.
Oh yeah, look, there's no,
Come on.
there's no
No,
doubting.
you just said the best that we'd seen.
Come on.
No, well, hold on a second. They had a ground floor in a Muse development in the city. That's
Yeah.
out on its own. Different set of criteria. So in terms of clever design, that, for me, trumps a lot of the other ones. This is getting harder the more we talk about.
Yeah. Really tough. It's
Yeah.
actually really tough. I actually feel very emotionally attached to the houses,
Yeah.
It's
Of course you do,
it's-
because it's been our journey.
yeah.
Okay, now, come on, we're fluffing
Emotional,
it.
it's
sorry,
Fluffing
yeah.
it, come on.
When the standard is this high, it's a bit like comparing 2 Michelin star meals. They're both amazing, but you have to pick one. We have a little bit of a connection actually with these now from
Yeah.
the times that we spend in them. Not happy to have to actually get to this point.
know.
The big question is what really makes a home when you get down to it? What is it?
There's something that the photographs can't capture, which was how you felt
the
when you went
emotion.
into the home.
In describing a home, for me, it's about sort of warmth, it's comfort, it's about ephemeral things. They're sort of guts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this home was just stunning, amazing design, just loved it. I can't express that enough.
Yes.
But there was just this emotion missing in this house.
I'm actually going to agree with you on this one. Architecturally, ingenious. Interior design, flawless. But there was a little spark missing. I found it very difficult to actually describe what it is.
There was a little bit of that personality that just wasn't coming through for me.
It was nearly too perfect.
Yeah.
But we have to start somewhere.
I know it's really
very
hard.
difficult.
It does just come down to that intangible thing.
Correct.
I think it's a crying shame, really, but looking at all 7 now, I think it's the one I want to keep probably the least.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, we now have 6 incredible homes, but we have to keep things moving. And so I'm going to put a house forward for elimination.
Go on.
And sad as I am to say it, I'm putting this house forward.
I'm just going to have to put that back.
Absolutely.
Over there, Helen,
Yeah,
okay?
no. This house had amazing design detail.
Yeah.
Yes, it was free form.
Things like we would specify, you know, like how to light a staircase properly, how to negotiate between rooms, you know, all of these details that we would be used to. This actually had it, but it was in a very free-flowing form.
There may have to be some compromises to pick a winner, but it's not coming from me.
Maybe instead.
I mean, I think this house really did do a lot of the things that we are looking for in this competition.
Without a doubt, it was amazing, but looking at the context now, there's other ones that I want to hold on to more than this one. And that's the only way I can work out this criteria in my head.
Yeah.
Are you in agreement?
Yes, I think at this point we have to let something go.
Are you happy with that?
No, most certainly I'm happy. I think this was an amazing home. I'm very, very sad.
We have to choose a winner. That's why we set out on this journey. So
that's why we're the judges, Declan.
This is it, yeah. It's not easy, Hugh. If you had to pick a favourite bathroom, which would it be?
Oh.
For me, that bathroom was phenomenal. I mean, that wall, I just could not forget about it.
Best
it
in
was
show.
beautiful.
This home is definitely up there.
The feeling when you went into this home was just incredible. I mean, it was captivating, wasn't it?
At the same time, this one.
This was one of my least favourite kitchens.
Really?
Yeah, I thought there was just so much going on in here.
But that's what this house was all about.
I accept that, Helen, but I'm just saying, I think it was absolutely tunnel vision. The period is set. The house never evolves, it never changes. And please understand, I love it.
Yeah.
But I just think it's just in a time warp.
But we're not judging the home and how it's going to look in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
We're judging the home and how it looks today.
I've had loads of fun with Helen and Hugh with their little tiffs as we've gone, but that needs to be put to one side now. I need to keep them focused so we can pick a winner.
I have to say, I mean, in these two, there's a similarity here.
Correct.
In terms of style, because it's all about personality and it's quite full on. Full on colour, full on personality.
It's just so hard, but, you know, we have to make a decision.
I think this home was amazing because there was a consistency.
Yeah.
This is about beach and about colour.
For me, this house was truly exceptional and I will not let this home go out. There was just such true passion and love in this home.
Everything you said in this home, I can be equally as passionate about this.
We are going to be here for a very long time if you think I'm going to let this house go.
In the other room, the homeowners have gathered to hear the verdict. But with the judges struggling to agree, they have no choice but to wait.
Look, there's no easy decisions at this stage, let's be honest. I loved everything about this home.
I know.
It was right up there, but I think the others maybe are just standing slightly above it, and if it has to go now, it has to go.
I mean, it is so difficult, isn't it? I don't want to let any of them go. You know, I want to hold on to them all.
I suggest this home. Again, there are other houses that I'm putting my money on.
Yeah. We're down to 3.
Indeed.
We have got to pick a winner. I am going to pin my colours to the mast and say that for me, this is the winner of Home of the Year.
The attention to detail and design was extraordinary. I just love this home. Elegant simplicity.
I actually agree. From the moment I was in that house, I knew it was always going to be really tough to beat. In terms of functionality and clever design, I mean, this had it in spades.
We've made our decision. This is our Home of the Year.
Absolutely. It was just a faultless home.
I'm thrilled, 100% the right decision.
A wonderful and worthy home. Hello.
Look
Welcome, everybody, to the final of Home of the Year. This is, in fact, the first time we've met. So on behalf of myself and my fellow judges, we would like to congratulate you on having such fantastic homes.
We had a very difficult day today deciding which home was the winner. The first thing we're going to tell you about is which homes made it into the top 3. The The first home we all really admired was just full of passion and design creativity. It was charming and magical. There was just an energy came out of this home, and it oozed out of every single corner. And it was the Cobb home. Today was an amazing process because I found it so difficult. We became very emotional about this competition, which I didn't expect at the beginning.
Another home that we absolutely loved, a home that defined personality. Every detail in this house had been thought about, and we commend the owners for their commitment and dedication. And that was the 70s home in County Kildare.
So much love put into the house. To see it appreciated by other people, it's just rewarding.
The third home that made it into our top 3 combined incredible architecture and beautiful interiors. The home itself is kind to the environment and it sacrifices nothing in achieving that. It's a beacon for creative and clever design. That is the split-level home in Cork.
But there can only be one winner. And we have decided that the winner of Home of the Year is the split-level home in County Cork.
The process of choosing the winner was very difficult and actually quite emotional, but I know we came to the right decision.
Just fantastic.
When you put the effort in over several years, working really hard to get it right, it's just amazing to get the validation that we got today and to be crowned Home of the Year.
Happy?
We're really looking forward to now is to phoning Don, my son and architect. He's in Malawi and we really are looking forward so much to telling him. We've won Home of the Year.
You do realise that all the judges get to move in with you as part of the prize, don't you?
I'm just so delighted this house won because it was the star. Amazing architecture, extraordinary interior design.
Just had the most incredible feeling when you walked into that home, that intangible quality that I just could not forget this home.
Bold architectural statement, kind to the environment, beautiful detailing, beautiful materials, and warm and cozy on the inside. Absolutely unique. It had everything, and I couldn't be happier.
We're really pleased that we can share that other people can see that it's possible to have a beautiful house that is ecologically friendly as well.
I've learned what it really is to make a home and to grow a home. Very emotional journey as well. But at the end of this process, no doubt about it, for me, the right house won.